There are lots of ways to end a career. The most ideal way to end a career is to do something most cannot do, considering it's mostly out of your control at the end of the day, even if you have the best talent. That's riding off into the sunset. Indiana Jones did it best. I mean, just a perfect ending to one of the best, most iconic trilogies of all time. Thank God there were no more Indiana Jones movies made after that. But there are different versions of riding off into the sunset, of course. The most ideal way to do that is to win a championship on your way out and end up on top as the best. But there's also other valid ways of doing it. I mean, in 2014, Derek Jeter's final season, he was not a good player anymore and on a Yankee team that missed the postseason. But I still say he went out pretty well with the walk-off to end his final home game ever, getting a hit and a standing ovation in his final game ever at Fenway Park. David Ortiz had kind of an opposite farewell kind of a season in that way, because he had one of the greatest seasons of his entire career at age 39 on a first-place Red Sox team that did end up getting swept immediately in the postseason, which made for a very bittersweet moment after the final game. But it was still a year where Ortiz went out doing what he did best: raking. But there are plenty of instances of guys' final farewell tours being very forgettable, and when we look back at those players' careers, we don't remember their final years, because in the end it doesn't really matter at all, and that's kind of where we are with Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer. At least we're beginning to get to a point where we're going to see if it ends up like that or not. Really quick, as always, if you're part of the 53% of viewers not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button if you enjoy the videos, as there are certain players, Hall of Fame players, where their final years, when we look back at them, they're kind of just like memes at this point. John Smoltz, after pitching in Atlanta for 20 years, signs with the Red Sox, where he was awful and then released, joining the Cardinals, where he'd finish off the season and then call it a career. Randy Johnson pitched until he was 45, and in his final year signed a one-year deal to finish things off with his hometown team in San Francisco before having a very forgettable season and calling it a career. When you look at Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer right now and where they're at in their careers, it seems pretty damn similar to guys like John Smoltz and Randy Johnson. It's been trending this way over the last couple of years. As you can tell, their historic careers are definitely nearing an end. There's been lots of injury issues between the two of them on their respective Texas teams after reuniting as teammates in 2023 to join the Mets, only for that to last a whole 3 months. They faced off in the playoffs that year in the Battle of Texas. Scherzer's Rangers won the whole damn thing, and then neither guy had a very memorable 2024 season before hitting the free agent market together. So there hasn't been much of a difference between the two guys lately, and with them both being in the exact same spots, they then both got almost identical contracts with different teams. Verlander going the Randy Johnson route, signing with the Giants for 1 year and $15 million, while Scherzer goes north of the border for 1 year and $15.5 million. Let's start with Verlander. He's about to enter his age 42 season and join a Giants team that not many people are expecting to do much of anything this year, but I have cautiously high hopes for them. Now, how much can a 42-year-old Verlander, who was either hurt or ineffective all of last year, help the Giants? I don't know. Obviously, that's not something anyone can bank on, but it's more so the fact that if he does provide some value and bring back even just some of the Justin Verlander we all know and love, or hate if you're an A's fan, if you know you know, it will of course be worth it. But not just that, Verlander can definitely provide a lot of knowledge and experience, if not wins, on the mound. Basically a player coach for the Giants. Now, is that worth $15 million? Obviously, probably not, but the fact that it's just for a year doesn't make that tough to swallow if it ends up just being that case, and he's not good enough on the mound. And as for Scherzer, same thing. He's about to enter his age 40 season on a Blue Jays team that not many people are expecting to do much this year. But unlike the Giants, I agree with the idea that the Jays won't do much, and I feel like, yeah, I mean, they have that reputation for a reason right now. Lots of reasons. But just like Verlander, Scherzer is a low-risk, high-reward pickup for a team hoping to play for a wildcard spot. Maybe he still has some left in the tank to provide as for value on the mound. But even if not, just like Justin Verlander with all his credentials, it's Max Scherzer. It never hurts to have him as a player coach, even if it's an overpaid player coach. So realistically, will we see Verlander and Scherzer revive their careers at their respective new homes? Obviously, likely no. I'm rooting for it. I would imagine most of you are, because why not? Or maybe one of, if not both of them, will be good on bad teams and then join teams in contention. Imagine all this just for Verlander to end up back in Houston. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory situations here. Situations that most likely will lead to the way we view the end of John Smoltz and Randy Johnson's careers. But in the chance that it doesn't, and they do ride off into the sunset or become so good again they can't retire and they keep playing, getting on that Benjamin Button type magic, that'll be epic. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching.